live on we are live on Spreaker.com for 12:30. We are going live on Restream.io right now. We are live on Restream.io, which means we are streaming on not one, not two, not three, not five, not seven, but I think if my numbers are correct, 13 channels right now. So, you know what I mean? I got to shout out the Savage Circle, because we going to be there later on tonight. It's going to be chopping it up over some good food. You know what I mean? I got to shout out the Boneyard, because, you know what I mean, they're doing their thing. I got to shout out DUI, who is right now behind the scenes putting together some promos, something like this. So, make sure you check it out, because episode 9 is going to feature some interesting characters. I was trying to work on some audio issues while looking that up. But just like to check in with Hot Apollo right now. How you doing?
Pretty well.
All right. We switched up the order. I said I was going to start with my daughter, so let me check in with her, see what she's got going on. Hey, Ariana, how you doing?
Good.
All right. We're talking with Hot Apollo right now. What you got going on in Aries Art Corner?
I'm making a house out of toothpicks.
Wow. Okay. That takes some dedication, though. Honestly, it's like, back in my day, we used popsicle sticks. So, you know what I mean? It was more house and less time, but if you're going to make it out of toothpicks, that's some patience. Are you interested in architecture?
Kind of.
Okay. Nothing wrong with that. They get big money for designing houses. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Minecraft is one of the games she's been playing for a minute still. You never know what'll turn up out of that. All right. I'm going to check in with you a bit later and see how you doing.
Okay.
Think of any questions you might want to ask.
Okay.
All right, cool. All right, we're about to check in with JD from SBE, King JD, that is. What up?
Yep, all is well. Thankful to be alive.
All right. My man is masked up to the fullest. He ain't playing around. Oh, man. Just jamming. He's in the lounge right now. You know what I mean? We're going to check in with him in a bit. We got some music from SBE, too, so don't sleep on them. Who you want to hail up right now?
Shout out James. Shout out TK. Shout out everybody.
All right.
God bless you.
All right. That's what's up. All right, we'll be back with you in a minute. All right, so this is the Tyrell Effect. We are with Hot Apollo right now. So I just want to know, where did the name come from? That's always one of the first questions I ask. Where did the name Hot Apollo come from?
All right, so there's a bit of a story behind that. So in high school, I was in a bunch of ill-fated bands. I think a lot of high school bands actually are. In particular, I seem to have this problem where repeatedly I would get approached by like completely disparate individuals who would recite these manifestos to me of what they wanted to do with music, and like their speeches would match like my deep desires and goals intimately. I thought, oh, well, cool. This guy's my kind of person. We should definitely go band together. Yes, I'm up for it. And then, like within a few weeks, they just lose interest. I suppose that is like somewhat common, among kids. Like, I mean, I've always been stubborn. Like when I'm interested in something and invested, I stick to it. But a lot of people, like, they get these whims in their heads, and they're really energetic about it for a short period of time, and then they move on to something else. And it's very disappointing. So one of these guys was a lovely fellow by the name of Heart Needles. And we were discussing band names during the brief period while we were in a band together. And he said that he'd always had this band name in his back pocket, Hot Apollo. It came from a poem called The Shrouded Stranger. I think it was by Charles Bukowski. He was, my friend Hart was big on the whole beat poet scene.
Okay.
Bit of hipster in that aspect. And when he realized that he didn't actually want to be in a band, he said, "Well, listen, you should keep the name just in your back pocket because my name's Heart Needles. If I ever start a band, I'm just going to call it Heart Needles and the Love Darts. So you should keep Hot Apollo. Just be sure to mention me whenever anyone asks how you got the name. So there you are, Heart Needles. You're getting my shout out right now."
Oh, man, that's what's up. That's the character that I'm talking about. All right, cool. Respected where, he gets his origin and all of that stuff. So that's dope. I'm not going to lie. I thought I was outgoing in my approach to my presentation, but I have to ask, and forgive me if this is intruding, the eyebrows.
Eyebrows.
What's the story with them?
I just like shiny electric colors and ambience all the time, everywhere.
All right.
I realized, oh, cool, I have this extra glitter and like lipstick and all these makeup things that I don't use much of anywhere else, but I can use them on my eyebrows and they look awesome there.
Okay.
So just little things together. Like it's the first thing I do in the morning. I wake up, I put the stove on, and I like throw some glitter on my face.
Okay.
That's like in the first 5 minutes of being conscious.
See, I wake up, I probably roll a blunt and then head to the studio, but everybody's got their morning rituals, right?
Yeah.
So, that's dope. No, and the fact that, you don't really, it doesn't seem like you care about society's opinion, which is good. It helps make the art even more, the art speaks even more that way. I find when I'm writing a song for a specific reason, it's just like, oh no, I want them to hear me like this. Instead of just writing it for the way I wrote it, it's a whole different feeling. So, I want to commend, if we were out in the general public and I were to see you, I'd probably approach you just to ask you that question, if nothing else, and continue about my day. So, you know what I mean? Keep being bold. That's definitely a good trait. Okay. What else? Okay, now Hot Apollo. That's a group or a band?
I'm not totally sure I comprehend the difference. I mean, it's definitely a band.
I would say a group would be like people without instruments.
Insurance?
Instruments.
Oh, instruments. No,
Yeah.
no, we have everyone. I mean, even I occasionally play an instrument, but mostly I just focus on singing. Everyone else plays the instruments.
Okay. So yeah, that's a band. That would be a band in my books.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So when did that form?
So I founded it on April Fool's Day of 2010.
Nice.
Yeah. We wrote it first. It was one of my old neighbors from my childhood. We'd been friends for years, and he went to OCAD for a semester.
Okay.
And while he was there, he met this excellent guitarist, and he said, "Yo, James, I think you've got to meet this guy. I think you guys would get on really well." And he kept trying to organize meetings for months, and they kept falling through until this one April day when we finally made it happen, and we wrote our first song within a half hour of meeting each other. And we were together for a few years after that, and then he realized that he didn't really have the sort of disposition to dedicate his life to live performances, because he was also a painter. And I think that suited him better because he didn't have to interact with people so much as a painter. Whereas playing in front of live audiences, you're always surrounded by people. And he was, I think, in a bit of a misanthropic streak. He didn't really love strangers that much.
Okay.
So he thought, yeah, I'm going to leave rock and roll for a while, and I just carried it on with some new people.
Okay. All right. That's interesting. So the torch was passed, so to speak.
The torch, I mean, at the time, each of us had a hand on the torch.
Okay.
And he just walked out, and I put my other hand to replace his. So now I'm holding it with two hands.
You know what? I can definitely relate to that situation. Oh, jeez. Oh, man. Oh, fuck. That's why I love these shows, because I always get to find common ground. All right. So speaking of common ground, you are located in Toronto, if I'm not mistaken.
That's right.
Okay. So walk me through the trenches of the Toronto scene pre-COVIDian era. So like,
So
yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say, it doesn't actually seem that different. It just seems faster now because even before COVID, like all these like amazing historic venues in Toronto were closing down. Like we get like like 6 a year that would close down. Like we had Nocturne, the Coalition Lounge, like just like one after another they'd close down, and now we're just getting like one a month that closes down. So that's the only difference. Things were closing down at a slightly slower pace before COVID.
Okay.
I don't know why it is, but it's annoying. But there have been places that pick up the slack. I'll give one shout out right now. What are they called now? They used to be called the Del Rey. Now they are called the Tail of the Junction. When I think they noticed that all these bars and like music venues were closing down around town, and they positioned themselves to pick up all that slack, and they like just kept playing all these shows, organizing their own like festivals and stuff.
Okay.
So there are some places that are still fighting the good fight.
Good stuff. Yeah, out here in Welland, there's this one place called the VHC. You know what I mean? They the vegan hippie chick. They are they're doing a sort of event, not quite an event because people can't attend, but they're putting together a show with Niagara Music Award winner Rob Repos, and they're gonna be playing like people's music, and I think they're gonna have live bands and things of that nature. They're gonna have like a talking section and all of that stuff. So it's gonna be like there's hope. Like there's a lifeline. I'm trying to look at this like when you're pulling back an elastic. You know what I mean? Eventually they're gonna have to let go, and if you're not in the right chamber, you're not gonna get the propulsion that you could have got if you weren't working. So you know what I mean? There's a lot of people that I gotta put that out to outside of you because you're still trudging forward. You're making appearances. You know what I mean? You're representing your band in the media. And that's got to be a challenge. So what is the biggest challenge being the front man for four personalities?
There are 4 other people in the band, yeah.
4 other personalities, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So that's a bit of an odd question to me because it would be harder for me to not do that stuff. Like the hardest part right now is not playing shows. Like that's really grinding on me.
Oh, yeah.
I can't wait to back out. I was lucky enough to like play a couple of shows between lockdowns with a few places that were having like safe, like socially distant events. Like there's this one place that had a separate room that looked out onto a patio, and you could see us from the patio, and they'd feed the audio out. And the sound quality wasn't the best because they were just playing on like a PA system, but it worked out well enough, and it was like at least some kind of live event that we could play.
Okay.
But yeah, it's not really how it was before, and I'm really looking forward to like getting back into that within the next year or whatever it is. But yeah, that's really been grinding on me. But being out there and like presenting like my art to the world, our art, that's the most natural thing. Like it feels unnatural to not do that. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I often say the world is my stage. I walk out the door and just like, look at me, bitches. You know what I mean? But that's the
exactly.
way that's the way it is. It's just, like there are people who watch and there are people who perform, and I have never been like, even right now there's like situations where like I'll get things and it's like you got to look into that. It's like, sure, when I'm done being that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
I know exactly. I'm so focused on my own stuff.
Yeah.
Like the hardest part of like playing live shows for me is waiting to go on. Like, yeah, these other bands are fantastic. I love like being here and listening to them. But man, I want to get out there. I want to do it. I want to do it now.
Not being and that's the thing. Like when I'm in the crowd waiting to go on stage, I can understand your situation because I'm trying not to take attention away from the people on the stage. But I'm 6'5", 285 pounds. You see how bright this sweater is? I walk into a crowd like this and people are gonna look. So it's hard not to take attention away from the people on stage sometimes. But like I'll fall into the crowd and just kind of sit back, but I'm still like, you know what I mean, waiting, like chomping at the bit, like I gotta get on there. And I'll look at what they're doing and kind of take away from that and try to add some to it. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's a rush. the thrill of the stage.
Like nothing else.
Yeah, yeah. Oh man. So okay, what is your pre-performance regimen? If you have one, everybody has one. What?
I don't think there's anything I've like really formalized, but just trying to remember to bring all the like slightly less obviously essential things. Like that tends to be like where I fall down. Like sometimes like there was this one show I remember, it was like around Christmas of 2018.
Okay.
I can't remember the name of the venue we played. It was near like, I want to say it was like vaguely near like Trinity Bellwoods or something, downtown somewhere. It's like an arcade during the day and like a music venue at night, and then I think it became a restaurant. I don't know. If I remember the name, I'll get back to you. But I remember like waiting to go on, and then I thought, oh man, I had this shiny gold like top I was supposed to bring, and I totally forgot it. And my stage outfit is just not going to be right without it. Guys, just hold down the fort here. I think I can just call an Uber and get back here within like 25 minutes. I'll be right back. And so yeah, like I trying to remember all that kind of thing I need to bring.
Yeah.
After all the instruments and stuff. I suppose that's my ritual. Just like not like letting my own excitement just like make me forget stuff like that.
Okay. That's interesting. That's interesting. All right. So I know some people tune in to hear us talk, and some people tune in to hear the music. A lot more people tune in for the music. Personally, I find, and it's nothing against you. It's just like I had one of my family members be like, "Yo, listen, you got to play some music. I don't tune in to hear you talk. I already know you well enough." So, but it's not just me here. We're talking to Hot Apollo. You know what I mean? One of Toronto's, I'm gonna say, shiny rock and roll bands.
That's right. The shinies.
Like, we're bridging the gap here. Like, I'm out in Welland, Niagara region. We're holding it down and trying to, just highlight what we have as a country for culture and for music and for this life, art, and all of that stuff. And just trying to get people to realize, hey, man, we got a good thing up here. Let's keep it going. Let's work together and make shit happen. So, speaking of working together, I'm going to see what King JD's over there doing. All right. What up? Yeah, man. So, my dude put me onto some new music from SBE. I'm going to have to play that later on in the show. That's dopeness. You know what I mean? But yeah, so you got any questions for Hot Apollo right quick?
You say it started in 2010?
Yes.
How many songs you guys have?
Dozens. Unfortunately, it's sometimes like been difficult for us to like get the like funds together to do like high quality like recordings, which means we only have like 6 or 7 of those, something around there.
Okay.
All available like free on Bandcamp, SoundCloud, also iTunes, Spotify, wherever you find music. But yeah, like in terms of like our repertoire and what we can actually like play, like yeah, we have like dozens of songs at least.
That's
and we just wrote like 3 within the last month. So yeah, we keep building it up.
Nice.
That's dope.
Yeah.
How often you guys?
We're going to record like another few within the next like 2 or 3 months.
2 or 3 months,
Lockdown permitting.
Yeah. Okay.
That's dope.
All right. So yeah. All right. So stay with us while we play some tunes. We're gonna talk over the tunes. Y'all two can chop it up a bit. Let me get this screen going on here. Screen here. Gotta switch it up. Boom. I'm right there. You know what I mean? Top screen. Hold on, I'm gonna check in with Ari. Ari's Art Corner. How you doing over there, girl? Good. How far you come along?
I'm still on the regular part.
Okay. All right. We're going to play some music. So, keep on building. We'll be back.
Okay.
All right. So, yeah, I'm going to jump into... I'm going to play some of my music just to give you an idea of, the places I go when it comes to musical creativity. Give you an idea of me, and then I'll jump into the idea of you, see cross paths. But this is the Tyrell Effect, episode 219. We're here with Hot Apollo, King JD, and Aries Art Corner.
Find your ship, grip the helm, be the captain. Time to navigate treacherous situations while you debate what they state.
Roll it harder than the Starlight I'd heard in years.
Good thing I'm not a doctor. The block, wedding rock, about to shock ya. Messy Johnson move through infrastructures. Yes, there was someone else white under. No luck, bruh. I meditate to reach higher points. The block is the people's choice. For people's voice, people's choice. What's a voice? Life I grip, force a voice. Words that pound as if my tongue was an oil slick over ice. Here we go, here we go. Now watch me change the flow, gushing water.
One of those ones that's like, alright, cool.
Learn how to rock the show. Bottom to top, any spot when I go. Rock out,
just like a snippet of it.
Out goes. Get ready for the truth that house exposes. I seem to have increased my full force friction. Yada yada yada, blah blah blah. That's all I gotta say. Plus, ha ha. Yada yada yada, blah blah blah. That's all I gotta say. Plus, ha ha. Yada yada yada, blah blah blah. That's all I gotta say. Plus, ha ha. Yada yada yada, blah blah blah. That's all I gotta say. Plus, ha ha. Don't hunt what you can't kill. You can't kill what won't die. Knowledge base lyrical skill. Don't hunt what you can't kill. You can't kill what won't die. Knowledge base lyrical skill. Don't hunt what you can't kill. You can't kill what won't die. Knowledge base lyrical skill. Don't hunt what you can't kill. You can't kill what won't die. Knowledge base lyrical skill. Entertainment be unreal. Even when I get a raw deal, I bounce back high and still. Polaroid, picture perfect. Profound phrases, propagated proportion of purpose. Thank God every day, prayers working. Slay a hater who could be greater for making an overpriced purchase. Wait, never mind that. That's out divine fact, divine action, increase traction.
action.
Nice.
Build up strength within faction. Seize the moment and own it. Pounce without retraction. Charge forward, protection. Make sure you ask what for when they are taxing. No control of what they say. All you can control is your reaction. Keep holding control to your goal. Knowing you must build from fraction. Yada, yada, yada. That's all I gotta say, plus ha ha. Yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. That's all I gotta say, plus ha ha. Yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. That's all I gotta say, plus ha ha. Yada, 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 blah, blah, blah. That's all I gotta say, plus ha ha.
face, but her arms all red. She's a cool kind of creature, she's a baby in the night. She's the river shine creature, that's going to fly. Share, love, share, love, love, love. Oh, empty shot, she's a roach. Share, love.
Got a vibe here, bro. A definite vibe. Like, I can see, like, Phoenix Concert Theater kind of thing. Like,
Looking forward to it.
yeah, I can totally see this at the Phoenix Concert Theater. Vibes up, you know what I mean? Yeah. We were talking. You can probably throw this in a movie, put it in a video game.
She's a shipper,
Nice.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's been
Yeah.
in the cradle. She knows where to move the clouds, but she'll never
I think that was a good
control.
direction, though.
Stay roller,
Definitely.
stay roller. It's a stay roller. Stay roller.
I see here, I see at the bottom, on the left, you include the lyrics.
What? Well, I did. Every word.
I see that you include the lyrics.
Yes.
That's a good look. What made you decide to do that?
Well, I started to Spotify. Words were my first I wanted to use my go-to guitar.